But they thought this shit was funny. I'm like, so what the fuck y'all gonna do? You hear me?
Right.
Oh, one dude, I'ma stand there and watch me. I'ma stand there and watch. The fuck
Stand
you
there
stand
and
there and watch
So the
for?
bitch can come after you?
Yeah, get up and start sliding to
Right,
you.
that's all I'm saying like that.
Yeah.
Right, start doing all this and shit. They sitting there laughing at shit.
The bitch start sliding. Hitting the Bill Cosby walk with that shit. Get the fuck out. What you mean? I'm getting the fuck out. Listen, dude, I don't play with none of that. None of that. None of that coming my way.
Oh my God.
Spirits, goblins, ghouls, leprechauns. I don't play with none of that.
Oh my God. It's your boy Lotion Thought You Did.
Your boy B Eazy Da Titan.
Boy, Molly Mall in this thing.
And we back at it again with another episode.
InEARthoughts Podcast.
InEARthoughts
You
Podcast,
dig,
baby.
You hear me?
Yeah.
How y'all boys feeling today?
Feeling pretty good. Shit, we're already all cheesed down and smiles already.
Oh yeah, man. You already know. You already
Already know
know
what
the turn
time
up,
it
man.
is.
Starting to feel more natural. Feel like we got this down
Got this.
pat. You hear me?
Mm-hmm.
So yes,
Without a
indeed.
doubt.
Everybody in high spirits.
Once again, everybody, we appreciate the feedback. We appreciate the love. You hear me? Lotion Thought letting y'all know.
Oh,
We
yes.
love it. We love it. We love
Yep.
the feedback.
Keep shooting it, man.
Keep
Y'all
shooting it. Real talk.
Keep sending us y'all love, y'all comments. I mean, we take them all to heart. You know, the whole point is that we wanted to make the best podcast for the people, man.
Right,
Yep.
right.
And
Look,
stay natural and
my
roll
thing
with
is,
it.
though, one thing I want to get into. First and foremost, we do this for y'all, man. We just here to really entertain y'all. You dig?
Oh, yeah,
We're not,
real talk.
we're not trying to be on a level of trying to be sophisticated 24/7. Sometimes people just want to relax, and this our way of relaxing, man. We just give y'all something to watch, laugh at with us, because we like the vibe. That's all we like to do when we link up. We all busy.
For the people that constantly want to see debate on the podcast and they want to see the back and forth exchange, man, that ain't our vibe, man.
Nah, we ain't
You know,
on that
we
way.
chilling, man. You know, we having good conversations, man. And not all conversations got to have conflict.
Right,
You know,
we don't
we
have
just
to have conflict every single topic, every single thing we talk about.
We just showing you the chill side of things, where you can actually have a good conversation with some people you really fuck with. You know, everything goes smooth, man. That's what we do. You know, we really fuck with each other, so we have good conversations with each other on different topics, man. So if y'all rocking with it, we're gonna keep it coming, baby.
Yes,
Keep it up, man.
indeed.
That's gonna work.
Speaking of good conversations and things, what y'all want to get into today, man? I got some things I want to say, man.
Man, I think I want to start it off. It been weighing real hard. Like, I ain't even say hard, dog, but just in general, man, I've been seeing like a change, man. I'm liking the way kids is coming up now, because it ain't so much of picking on somebody because they're a nerd now. You know, I like that. I like to see kids come up and be able to express themselves.
Shit,
and
man.
And be themselves.
Yeah, and be
Exactly.
themselves, man. I like that. I like
Shit,
seeing
when you was
that.
a kid, you was scared to be judged by anything that seemed nerdy, you know, to tell people, you know, what you really was into and liked, because you're scared of being judged. And now it's like everything is just out there now. Like, who really cares that much about, you know, you liking certain video games or, you know, anime or, you know, different types of stuff.
It's a flip, man.
Yeah,
like
it's a flip.
The game that changed the whole world and changed on that note. Because, you know, like I said, the whole popularity battle.
Yeah,
You know, you wanted
that
to
is
be
true.
part of the cool kids. You want to be popular. So, you know, you always...
Well, I feel like the
went
cool
with that
kids, when you in high school, man, like when we was coming up in high school, you had to be a part of the cool kids. If you wasn't with the cool kids, you was considered a lame, you hear me? That was just straight off the rip. You weren't getting no females, you wasn't being part of the jocks. You was out there.
Right.
You was out of there, you
At
hear
the
me?
same time, you compromising who you truly are.
Right, you
Because
really
you
is.
couldn't really be yourself because you always had to impress your friends. That peer
Exactly.
pressure, peer pressure is a thing, man. It's a
It
real
really
thing.
is. It really
Right,
is.
Yeah,
right.
I
was
just
so
seen it turn
big,
people
man.
over. I just seen people turn people upside down with peer pressure.
Complete 360.
Good people
Right.
going completely bad
Completely
just to get
bad.
acceptance from that crowd. And that's,
Speaking, man, I could give y'all a story, like, man, because I don't know, I don't know what it was, but I was never the kid to get picked on, but I always witnessed some weird ass shit, like in high school, man. Like, I remember this one time, they bullied the dude out of his money. You did.
Damn.
They already got him out of his
like
money.
lunch money or just money? All his money.
All his money.
His wallet gone.
So they robbed him.
Yeah, so
Pretty
they
much.
flipped this man out of everything he had. So I swear to God, it was time to go to the bathroom. The so-called bully who was
not the
bullying the
bathroom.
dude looked at me and was like, look, watch this. Watch when we get in that
He said,
bathroom.
watch this.
I'm thinking he about to fuck with me. I'm getting ready.
Yeah.
You hear me? I'm like, oh, we about to get
Yeah,
it in.
get
Cause
it
you know, in the bathroom, when you young.
Oh, you already know what that means. Oh, fucking right.
Yeah, that's hell in the cell, nigga. That's the box.
Hell yeah,
That's
that's-
everything.
Man, they close you
That's
in the
everything.
fucking bathroom
Cool,
and it's going
Man,
down.
what?
So in my mind, I'm like, yeah, we about to get it in, man. I go to lacing up and everything, like what it is.
Time to shoot
So
up.
we get in the bathroom. The dude walk in before me, and I walk in after the dude who about to get bullied. You dig? So I'm like, shit, what's gonna happen? I go piss, I'm getting antsy a little bit because I don't know if he about to try to come fuck with both of us, come take my money, because I'm short, you know what I mean? I ain't no tall ass nigga,
Right.
so I'm gonna get down with you. But he told the dude, I came out the bathroom, he was like, I'm like, shit. I'm like, all right. I'm like, all right. So the dude come out the store, he said, bitch, give me your shoes.
He told you that?
No,
No,
he told
he
La
told-
Homie.
he
He
told
told
La
La
Homie
Homie.
that.
Got La Homie pinned against the wall. La Homie on the fuck. I kid you not, yo.
Hey, what?
La Homie on the wall, like I put that on. I put that on everything. The dude on the wall like this. I'm
Damn.
like, and then what made it even worse in high school, the bathroom floors be pissy.
Pissy.
Right.
Like,
They be
pissy,
dirty,
pissy.
trifling.
So he
Yeah.
telling homie like, man, give me your shoe. He looked at, give me your shoes, little nigga. The dude said, my shoes.
My
Your
shoes.
shoes,
He said, my
little
shoes.
nigga. He gave him up. He barefoot. So we like, I'm like, he like, we
Little
I'm
sock
laughing
on?
my ass. I'm behind the bully, laughing my ass off. You heard me? Like, what's really going on?
Damn.
He laced the man's shoes. He said, bitch, I ain't done with you. Drop them drawers.
Oh, what's but
He was fucking. He
No,
wasn't
he was-
gonna
I
really
know he
throw
was-
him. Man. He was
okay,
like,
I
drop
was-
you.
I'm about to say, what?
Right.
Drop the drawers, little nigga. He said, no, we don't get down like that. Man, I'm in that
Dude,
bit weak.
wow.
I kid you not. Boy, he really fucking with the dude. He took his belt buckle loose. And he started taking off
It
his
was
belt.
the
I
dingling
put
and
this
stuff?
on everything. My homie bust out crying. I walked out that bit weak. I said, man, let me get the fuck out of here.
What type of shit it was on, boy? What time that was
But
on?
that was, I mean, that
What the
was,
fuck?
That's
That's
how
how-
it was
no, that's
back
how it
then.
was growing
It's
up.
like, you know, that bully shit was really strong back then. And it was a rare occasion that a bully do get his just due. So they just had that power trip and shit like that.
Yeah, it was always a power
Because
trip,
I'm gonna say this, okay? I wasn't a bully per se, but I did do bully bullshit just to make sure I was always in with the cool crowd and shit like that. And I was always a bigger kid,
that, yeah.
so I always had scrap in me. I was a bigger kid, I always had scrap in me. So, you know, we used to fuck with the nerves and shit like that, you know, pick on the nerves, and it was all, like, it was that peer pressure thing. It was
Yeah,
always,
yeah.
come on, eat, this, that, and the
Yeah,
third.
come
Yeah,
in.
yeah,
What up?
come
Yeah,
in, you
yeah.
just have
and
no,
let's-
like,
and
no
let's
choice
do
but
this
to
and
migrate
let's-
with them.
And let's do that and shit like that. So I never forget, this was elementary. This had to be like in 5th grade, man. 5th grade.
Oh, wow.
This back in like 2000 and maybe 1 or 2. 2001, 2002. In that era, you had the Game Boy Colors. You feel me? The Game Boy Colors.
Talking about the Game Boy.
Man, I remember I had one of them.
Yeah.
The tape and the
I
tape.
mean-
The game tape.
Yeah, it's like a
that
cartilage,
big,
like a
yeah.
rectangle cartilage.
I mean, cause
yeah.
y'all era probably had the
We had all
Game
that
Boy
though.
Advance.
Yeah, the Game Boy Advance
the
color.
SP and
No, I had a Game Boy Color.
Did-
Like,
Yeah, I had one too.
bitch
With,
that flip like a cell phone.
No, that's the SP.
no, it's a handheld, and it comes with that little flashlight
Yeah.
that you can buy. It's like a little small
Yeah,
flashlight
so like
attached to the
y'all
thing.
remember the
what?
SP? Like I know which one. It was the silver one that flip up like a phone.
Yeah.
That's the Game Boy SP. So that came out like maybe mid 04, 05,
And what
maybe
the
like
fuck you
03.
talking about?
Game Boy Color. So that bitch was just like.
Oh yeah, it was a rectangle. Yeah, I know what
It
you're
was
talking
like
about.
a rectangle. That bitch ain't flipping nothing. It was
didn't.
rectangle. Had a little screen right there.
At the top,
and
you
it
put the
came
game
in
in at the
different
top.
colors.
It
It
did.
came in different
It
colors.
had a blue one.
And for
Bro, I don't
whatever
think I
reason,
had that
I
bitch.
wanted that bitch so bad. It was so popular. It was like the hottest Christmas
was.
toy that year.
And
Yeah,
Pokemon
so-
Red and Blue was hot too.
Look how fucking, and that's what we was on. We was on Pokemon Red, Blue, and
Yellow.
yellow. But
Silver and gold.
here's the funny shit about it.
That came on next gen.
The bitch was so like 2000. This is like the year 2000. The bitch was so popular. It probably had to be the most popular Christmas toy. I wanted one so bad. You heard me? So I drove my mom crazy. Like, man, I want a Game Boy Color. This, that, and the third. Granted, I'm not doing the best in school, so I don't have no right to say what the fuck I want, period. I'm
Yeah,
not get any shit.
Out.
But her being her, she said, I'm gonna make sure I get him one.
Right.
But the only problem was, by the time she made it down, this probably Toys R Us, nigga. We talking about that.
We talking about
the
good.
Bitches all sold out. They only had one Game Boy left.
Ooh.
That bitch was a pink one. I had to walk around with a pink Game Boy, you feel me? But I still was a soldier.
Hey, you was doing your thing with it.
I had my Pokemon Red, my fire, whatever. So, boom, we used to bring our shit to school. You know, bring it to the school. You trade games, you trade tapes and shit like that. Now, like I said, at this point, 5th grade, I had a reputation. I'm the big kid, you know. I won a couple of scuffles. I have the cool crowd and shit like that. So I feel as though nobody can really fuck with me or some shit.
Right.
My little homie, Joe. Little short nigga, you hear me? Little Joe. We playing with our games in the class and shit like that. The teacher come snatch our shit.
Damn, she just
that murder, boy.
But look, because you're not supposed to have them in school.
Yeah.
She come snatch our shit, throw it in the desk and say, y'all can get it back at recess. We like, cool. I had my little games, he had his little games. So, boom, I went and got my shit first. Went got my games and shit. He went and got his. He come back and he said after he get his, he said he missing the game. You feel me? I'm missing the game. Automatically, you took my game. You feel me? I'm like, man, I ain't taking your game. I got this, I got my UFC, and I got my Pokemon. Now you got my game. Boom, boom. So boom, the crowd started forming. Now he little than me, so the crowd starts forming. In my mind, like, it's an easy win.
Yeah.
I'm like, so I'm gonna put on a little show.
Right, put on a little show.
Drop the bag, like, man, what you mean? You know, a little shoving match, how we did, you feel me? Boom.
And then the crowd be fucking
right,
pushing.
It's the
crowd roaring, amping it up.
It's the peer pressure. So boom, the nigga stole on me.
Damn, just
got a good one off. I hawk up, boom, hawk rage. Start throwing, doom. I'm hitting him. I start feeling this on the back of my head, you heard me? So I'm looking around, another nigga hitting me.
God damn, where the fuck he came from?
So what the fuck, boom, and I'm going to him over here now.
Yeah.
So I'm getting jumped. Like 3 niggas jumping.
You really
straight pounding your head.
I'm swinging. I'm like, how you hitting me? I'm hitting him. How is he hitting me? You feel me?
Sound like that Mario sound effect.
Yeah,
But I credit that. I'm like, okay, I got a quick little jump. So, you know, and I credit that to like, okay, I had this reputation of, I guess, doing bully tendencies. That was what goes around comes around.
Right.
You feel me? That was karma. Karma came back and hit a nigga instantly. You feel me? Now, granted, after that, I did find each one of those and fought them again.
Oh, wow.
Like,
so you got one, I'll get back.
Got my one-on-ones back and shit like that.
All right.
But after that, I kind of took a step back.
Yeah, you went to chilling.
I went to chilling, like, okay, I'm not going to hear me, like, mess with nobody and nothing like that. I learned my lesson. Mm-hmm. You feel me? Like I said, you know, it's a rare occasion that a bully, per se, will learn a lesson. Right. But when they do it, you know, it's well deserved. But yeah, back then, man, it was all about being part of the in crowd, being part of the popular kids. You do whatever it takes just to be a part of that group.
Be a part of it.
No matter who you hurt, scoring, whatever. And I mean that grows with people.
Oh yeah.
Right.
Like them so-called nerds, they take that shit for life.
Oh yeah, that carries them a long way.
I mean, because it changes their characters. Like, you know, it's pretty much okay. Like, you know, they trying to be themselves, and you won't let them be themselves.
Right. I mean, nerds is the end thing. Right.
I mean, honestly, when you watch like a lot of these guys that's into the fighting game community and stuff, like Sonic Fox and them, and you see how much love they get and support just for like dedicating being nerds, dedicating hours upon hours of just gaming, being nerdy, and like they get a lot of support, man, a lot of fans and shit nowadays, brother.
Well, because at the end of the day, I think everybody now understand that it's like, why we was judging homie back in the day for doing what the fuck he let it do.
Right.
It's
and that's
crazy,
what
bro.
The problem is today, because niggas like, well, back then you had to put on the front, or you had to pretend like you was this persona to that person to be approved by that person.
Facts.
Now it's like, it's either you gonna deal with what I do, or you go about your business.
Right, and it's crazy, but these dudes be popular. Like this dude he a Tekken pro, he a black guy named Porkchop, but he played King a lot.
Yeah.
And he be busting ass. He got a good following, bro. Just
Yeah,
like
just
very
for
diverse too,
busting
bro.
ass.
People love him.
It flip flop like and I wouldn't even really call them nerds. You know, some of them do have nerdy tendencies, but at the end of the day, they different.
They different, yeah, exactly.
And like
they are different.
You didn't realize it because in school you were like, oh, if they got labeled as a nerd, and automatically you didn't even get a chance to know these.
They know these
Yeah,
dudes.
yeah.
Right.
So
You
and
ain't
the
give them
crazy,
a chance from the gate.
Right.
you don't. And when you do get to know them, you're like, man, homie, cool.
Yeah.
Because
fucking
I remember
right.
now, if you go, that was in 5th grade. You fast forward to 7th grade and shit. And now I'm still cool because at the time, you know, I'm getting into music. I'm freestyle battling people at school. I'm the class clown. I'm a comedian, so my popularity grew. So I'm good now. But I still had the most fun. Like I see the table. This 2004. I see the table of the dudes. They got their little paper out. Yu-Gi-Oh battles.
I was just about to say, but Yu-Gi-Oh card battles and tournaments.
Yeah.
Oh my god!
I'm gonna keep it 100. I ain't a nerd by no means.
Yeah.
But mentally, when you get into those type of games, it can really mentally challenge.
But y'all know what was best for that though?
On the plug.
I don't know if when y'all was kids, y'all ever went to summer camp?
No.
And bro, oh my god, summer camp.
I
that's
did, but like only for one summer.
Only for one summer?
Yeah.
Bruh,
I
I used to go there like damn near every year when I was young, bruh. Damn, brother. Everybody used to have Pokemon card battles. Bruh, in the cafeteria at summer camp, lit. Everybody, Pokemon,
But that's
Yu-Gi-Oh.
what I'm saying. When we did pull up to the table, and it might seem like we was getting ready to fuck with the little dudes.
Yeah.
Before you knew it, I never forget, these dudes we had a crowd around them. We just watching the battle.
Right.
We was like 20 deep, and they going at it.
Real shit.
And every time he hit him, he pull out, boom, Dark Magician.
Oh,
Yeah,
right. Like some rare ass shit, like you just come on the field.
When you start making,
and you understand.
Oh my god,
shit,
bro.
You be like, son, they really own
Bruh,
something.
they
We don't
really
know about.
own
I gotta tell you about this highlight, man, of this tournament. It was a Pokemon tournament. It was at this.
They still do that. They be having Pokemon and Yu-Gi-Oh.
Yeah, they do. And then like at the card shops and stuff too, they be having a lot of those, man. And
Right,
I'm telling you, bro, but these tournaments be so lit, bro. And some of the stuff these guys be like having, bro.
Yeah.
Equipment is just fucking nuts, man. These guys put so much investment into this stuff.
They come out with the actual
Bro,
dual
actual
Yeah,
dual
they got
disc.
those too.
Bruh, nigga slapped the fucking, what the boy slapped? What's one of those, bro? What's that called? No, was it a Mewtwo? I think it was a Mewtwo or a Mew. He slapped that bitch, and he added the psychic bonus because you get the energy cards that came with some type.
Yeah.
So he slapped the psychic bonus with that bitch.
Yeah.
One shot at the dude, and everybody went bonkers.
Because-
it was a
it's
comeback
like-
though, because dude was on a L. He was on an L streak though.
But that's crazy because when you get into that round, take it easy.
Wait, so you lost me at Bonkers? What the fuck is a Bonkers?
No, but I feel it. But when you in that round, though, it's really like a championship bout. It is.
Yeah.
It really.
And some of those best moments, like my favorite moment, like we talk about Game and Evo, man. I think it was Justin Wong.
Oh, Justin Wong,
Third
best
strike.
Smash dude, right?
Ken versus Chun-Li. This is like literally the
parry?
greatest. The parry. This is like literally the greatest moment in gaming history.
Shit.
To where he playing Ken. Now, Third Strike was my game.
Yeah,
We used to
yeah.
play it in the skating rink.
Yeah, that's all.
Yeah.
We
It wasn't the same
Well,
ring.
no, we go straight to the arcade and play Third
Yeah,
Strike.
yeah.
Right.
So Dudley was my dog. You know,
Right.
I'm hands with it. Man, dude,
Dudley,
I believe his name is Justin Wong. If I get it wrong,
It's Justin Wong.
Yeah,
It's Justin Wong.
But you know, that's what they introduced. I don't know if they introduced it, but they had the parry system.
Yeah.
To where you could parry things.
And he had to be
Dude,
perfect with it
man,
too.
Perfect. Dude had like this much life ball going against a Chun-Li. And Chun-Li getting in that ass.
One of the
Right,
best Chun-Li
right.
players.
One of the best Chun-Li players in the world. So he just waiting for it, buying his time. Boom. Chun-Li pull out the super. The kick super.
Yeah.
So when she go in, kick you like 6 times, then she switch, kick you some more, and then switch and kick you some more. This dude parried every single hit
kick.
live in front of everybody.
In front of everybody.
Man,
Boy, the crowd was so fucking
man.
hype, but when I
Son,
tell you
look,
the
Then
crowd,
not only did he parry it, he jumped with the final
He came
parry,
with a comeback-
then came
comeback.
down with his super. Ken went
And
into his
finished
super and finished him.
Oh my
Dog,
god.
watch
they
this
went
shit on
bonkers out.
man.
boy, watch this shit, though.
on
Bonkers,
YouTube,
bro. Bro.
Watch this shit on
I'm
YouTube.
so
It went bongers, though.
Wait, hold
lost
on.
their fucking minds,
What the
bro.
fuck is a bonk?
It's just another terminology for going crazy.
Oh, yeah.
That's basically what it is. Yeah, going bonkers.
I'm
Yeah.
trying to figure it out. You heard me? Like, wait, what the
Nah,
fuck?
man. I
is
mean,
bonkers?
I know what bonkers is.
Right,
We used to have a cartoon named Bonkers. He was like a little cheetah cat. I don't know what he
Yeah,
was, but
yeah,
Bonkers was
I
a
know
term
what you're
for
talking
like
about.
wilding or crazy.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
that was like the greatest moment in gaming history. And like, then you start to get a glimpse into that world.
Right.
Yeah,
That
you
whole
do.
gaming or nerd, if you want to call it, world. And you like, damn, I want to be down.
Yeah, fucking right.
Now I don't want to be that.
Because dog, let me tell you something. If you peep game now, bro, not only is you down, but not a female is down. They love niggas who play games.
That's
down.
the thing, bro.
Dog, that is hilarious to me.
A lot of them are becoming gamers and streaming too now.
They good.
They are good.
Now, when you first get introduced to them, okay, of course the pretty face gonna bring you in there because, for one, if you are a gamer / nerd, an introvert, you like to sit inside, play your games to yourself, then your friends become anybody online.
Anybody
Yeah.
online?
That's
Oh
how you
yeah.
build relationships.
I met a lot of.
To the point, and here's a heartwarming story that they got this dude who built this team of just good friends from Call of Duty for years.
I think I heard something like
Yeah,
that.
for years they played Call of Duty, right? When dude got married, guess who his best man was?
The nigga from Call of Duty, huh?
All
That's hot. You
so
already got
came through
like
for
that.
him.
Became his best, because that was his
That
friends.
was his friends.
Right.
Like he'll come home every day, have good conversations. They became real good friends.
But see,
Right,
and that's the
right.
crazy
Yeah.
part, bro. Like during COVID, man, when we was on Discord high and we was playing games with a bunch
We
of
was
random
playing
cats,
games
right?
with
We
bunch
had
of
built a
shit.
connection,
Look,
like it's crazy.
Son, you don't understand.
Duh.
We would get these niggas, bro. These people would be from anywhere across
Anywhere,
the
bro.
world. It's me, Mo. We got our dude Kiru. He from like the
Netherlands,
fucking
I think, or
or
something.
shit.
Yeah.
That's
We got niggas from China on the line with us that know English. They real good with English.
Yeah,
They
Juan.
know English.
Juan was
Then
one.
you got people from everywhere, right?
Everywhere.
We had a dude across the world who had the deepest voice in the world I ever heard.
Oh my God.
He came on the phone like he had just woke up. And he was like, hi.
Yeah,
And we like, hello? That boy like, gaming.
Yo,
I said, man, let me get off this call, man. This ain't me.
And then we was like 8 people deep in there too,
Right.
just random niggas like we didn't even know. Just
Bro,
kicking it, bro.
we laughed our
Now when we
ass
had that
off.
Luffy Discord,
Yeah, Luffy
Yeah, I know
Discord.
you telling me about
But
it.
look,
I
look.
jumped in, but I jumped back.
My
Right,
favorite
yeah.
call, dog, I kid you not, it's like 7 of us on the call. I think I was at work. I was just on the phone because I was bored at work. You know, so I'm like, man, let me listen to these guys talk because that's all they do. We get on the call, we play the game.
Play the game, yeah. We were playing Critica.
They was playing Critica. I'm at work.
Yeah, you at work.
We had another homeboy who was basically playing the game with him. And we had this dude, we don't know where he was from, but he had animals in the back.
Oh, Wine. You talking about Wine?
Yeah, son, Wine on, because we would be playing right there, I'm just driving. All you hear in the background. No, look.
The boy playing outside.
No, I don't know.
Dog.
We don't know. So we was like, son, what the fuck was
What
that?
is that, son?
Like the whole game stops. I know.
Son, no one said
the
that.
whole game.
Bro, I'm like, I know I'm not tripping. I'm hearing this
Mom
shit,
said, dog, who got cows in their background? The whole group runs out laughing.
Yeah.
So, dude,
Dog.
we had a dude. The dude kept saying, y'all give me a second. I gotta go.
Yeah.
Like, but we ain't pay that shit no mind. Like, how the fuck you gonna get animals straight in your
Right.
background? You can't set no animal up like that.
But you'd be surprised around the world, man.
No,
Yeah.
you got cows and chickens in your background, cock-a-doodle doing.
Why he on the computer at the same
But
time?
he's
Yeah.
still gaming.
He's still gaming
That's how
though.
powerful this shit is.
Yeah, right.
man. Like,
Fuck it. I
and it's
got
dope.
animals.
And it's fun. It
Awesome,
ain't
dog.
for everybody.
I'll never forget that cow, dog.
It ain't for everybody because me myself, I'm not all the way adjusted to it as far as like conversating while gaming.
Yeah.
At one point I was, and I can say out of all the years I've been playing my games and shit, the coolest people I met was on Tekken, and it's always me and this one cat. It just get weird. For me, it get weird.
Yeah.
Because like I had one night, this when I was in my prime. Like he talked about King. King was my guy until Armor King came out.
Armor King
Then I
became the
became
badass new
and
king.
like I ain't played in a while, but my record online with Armor King, like I was like an A+. That was my guy. I was really putting in work,
Yeah, he was
handling
the top
business.
tier king, yeah.
So boom, I bump heads with another Armor King. We traded that. We had to play like 20 matches.
20 matches.
We just
Jeez.
going every time whoever win, like go another one. So we had a good one, and we
That
running in.
one
He's like,
crazy.
man, you know you got to woo. And he like, man, you know, oh, you getting on tomorrow? I say, yeah, I probably get on tomorrow and shit like that. But you know, I work,
Yeah.
so I might skip a day or two, and I come back. And dude just got message after message after message.
You getting on,
What's up, bro? I'm looking for you, man.
Yeah.
Let's get it popping. And it weirds me out. Like, what you mean? Like,
Yeah.
they was like,
Right.
and I'm like, nah, I'm good.
Yeah.
Like, he like, come on, bro. And like, so it ain't for everybody. I have, experimenting.
See
with
me,
it,
bro.
but,
I
yeah.
like playing the game with people who really take that game to the heart. Like, I swear to God, like, I'll play the game with you and we coolin', but put me with a nigga who love that game to death and kill for that game, you gonna laugh your ass off. Talking about the 5 years left or the 5 years high. Like, get high and just play with a nigga on the game and watch how mad he get. But look,
it's fun,
I'm gonna give you a story. It's me, Mo, and Quan, you hear me?
Yeah.
Oh.
I'm playing that competitive game that we used to play on the computer.
Yeah.
That Final Fight?
Yeah, Final Fight.
Yeah.
So we playing. Like, Quan, I don't know why this man gets so mad, though, but we could just be chilling. Like,
Quan?
yes.
Yeah.
But let me tell you the part that really got him going.
That's Quanzilla, man.
That's
Quanzilla.
I feel like Quan feel like he's a victim. And why I say that, because every time we play with this man, somebody fucking with him, not us.
Yeah, he gets real tilted.
Yeah, he get mad quick, so we playing. I can't even get it out, son. So we playing. And Mom went to go fuck with somebody. Mom went to go fuck with somebody because it's an online game. Yeah. So you literally gotta fuck with somebody to play the game. You have to. It's how the game works. You know, it's all realistic people. It ain't no NPCs. It ain't no none of that. It's all people playing the game. And so Maul would purposely go fuck with people and bring them back to us. And they go straight to Quan. They go straight to him.
Straight to Quan. How you be running?
But that ain't the funny part. The funny part is what they tell him, man. Like what Quan tell us.
Come on, bro. Yo, play the money. I was like, mad. Wait, didn't he hop off the game one time? I think he quit the game. He said, I'm about to get off the game, bro.
No, look, son.
Oh, man, you my dog Depp, man.
Son, I can't even get it out. I'm so joke. But look, no, son.
He used to be so trolls, man.
He used to troll the fuck out Quan because he did it on purpose. Like, he'll tell me, like, I'm about to go fuck with Quan. Yeah. He'll literally go get somebody there, come back, and then the phone would be dead silent. Like, we'd be quiet as fuck for a reason.
I wouldn't even say nothing.
Yeah, he wouldn't even say nothing. He'll be like, where y'all at? We're like, oh, we're going to do something. With our characters, we would literally take our characters from by him.
Right.
So he'll go get the dude, bring him back, and just disappear.
Yeah, because he chasing my ass. I'm looking for them for help.
That boy Quan go to hollering on the phone. Hey, where y'all at, bro? Where y'all at? He go dead silent. I be like, Quan, what's wrong? I'm getting the text. So 5 minutes later, we go back when he's dead.
He get down like 5 times.
He'll be like, damn, son, he killed you.
Well, yeah,
like, bro, fuck this game. I quit.
He had like a weaker character.
Yeah,
no, because he was just like one of his best characters. He had like a bunch of characters though. That
it was
all
his best character, son. But Quan ain't really. Like, he just loves to play. He ain't that good at it.
Right. That's when I was fairly new.
I was always his backup, and he knew Maul barely knew how to play. So he knew he just needed.
I think I was using some shadow thing at that time. Some
shadow
magic,
But
so Maul bring the nigga, and then y'all just leave him stranded on death row.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
Because we running, because I can't handle it, because I'm just running. I'm like, where y'all at? Because I'm looking for them for backup. So I'm trying to get to where they at, but I'm not saying that I'm being chased.
And Quan just standing there.
He's getting killed.
Yeah, because he's sitting there training his skills or whatever, and then I'm just bringing some random dude.
The first thing that boy do, he go to hollering, he get killed. That's a wrap. He ready to quit for the night, son. Call you too, like, we'll call him like the next day. Quan, you getting on? I don't know, bro. I think I quit that game.
Yeah, I'm gonna take a break, bro.
I'm gonna take a break, dog.
Like, when you invested into a game, bro, like. And people gotta understand that, like, yeah, it's a game. Don't never tell nobody who losing or lost. It's just a game, right? Like, you don't understand.
That hurts a lot.
That shit hurt even more. Like, it's not just a game. Like, you know, and you take this seriously.
That's like that's like my World of Warcraft days, man. When we used to be in the guild, and we trying to do a raid instance. We trying to kill the last boss. We had like 2% HP and we all wipe and everybody mad. The one person hollers, it's just a game. Yeah. It don't matter, bitch. We 2% off. Bitch.
It's real. It's not just a game.
That's a top. That's a top 20 world clear right there. We almost had.
Man, that shit that great.
Fuck that. But yeah, man. It's like, you know, it gets like that though. You know, you get passionate.
I
about
never
something.
Heard a female rage though.
Oh, I've heard it before.
I never heard like a female.
Well, they go off.
Yeah. I mean, if they really invested into it, and like I said, these days they really did the whole e-girl things. they really invested into it to the point that they're not just playing it, they're playing it.
Right.
Like they're really in it and they know what they're doing.
Oh, trust me, I know for a fact.
Like I said, whenever I'm online, I'm a fighting game fanatic.
Right.
So Street Fighter,
Mortal
Tekken,
Kombat, all that good
stuff. That's
Killer
my
Instinct?
realm.
Did you ever play? No, the new one, the newer version.
Yeah, I played Killer Instinct. Man, what?
I played it
hard. Killer Instinct. I fell off it. Like I ain't got my Xbox. His Xbox is exclusive, but my son got his Xbox. So I put it on his game. And when he not around, I go sit in his room and I go play.
Yeah.
So that's my era. But I didn't came, especially Tekken, I didn't came across some females, man, that didn't wash my ass up.
Good.
And just so cool with it, and like to the point that they wash you so hard that you don't believe it's them playing.
Yeah,
it's
right.
Like on the mic and they old man or something playing, not to sound sexist, but that's like you be this
that's
good?
How cold it is, right?
Like I'm talking about, I'm getting, and at this point I'm in my prime. Me and Armor King, I'm in my prime to the point that I'm giving everybody battles. Man, I walk up and boom, and she on the hey, how you doing? I'm like, hey, what's up? We'll do that the third. Boom, boom, and just match.
Constantly back to back streaking.
That's crazy.
That's crazy.
And it really
I swear to God, is a man.
Right.
Like, man, this ain't right.
This gotta be a professional player somewhere.
Something not right.
Something.
Nah, but man, gaming for anybody.
It is for anybody.
Everybody.
Well, like I said, I don't even think it's gaming, though, bro. I think it's just more so of what you love to do. Like I
think people are being more open to what they're doing too. People are being more open to what they're doing.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to say. It's just that everybody is now open to what society like to do.
Right.
Because there is no more shame.
Yeah, no more shame.
I mean, there is shame, but there is no more real shame to the point that everybody can be exactly who they are or even who they wanted to be. Key example, to bring it back to Yu-Gi-Oh! And Pokemon, there's a video on the internet that's on my TikTok. It's one of the funniest videos I've ever seen in my fucking life. It's a room with black dudes. Look like they're in prison. I'm not sure. But they're literally playing Pokemon. Look like hard gangsters.
That's hilarious.
Here's the funny thing. So the black dude, you know, and I mean, not Pokemon, they're playing Yu-Gi-Oh! So, you know, everything is done with like pads and shit to where you keep scoring.
Right, ain't that like a...
So dude was like, the big black dude, he said, okay, that's 38, you got me. And dude was like, nah, I played 2. He said, you played 2? Mm-hmm. He said, that's 38? Look what the nigga did. Ding. He did the sound effect.
Yeah,
I
gotta see that.
He did the sound effect. He was like, ding. And the dude next to him just started busting out. I'm like,
I would have been weak too.
Bro, I was weak when I seen them. Like, dog, you serious?
You gotta send me that.
It's on my TikTok. Dog, that shit is so funny because when you look at it, like, is they in prison?
Yeah.
Tank top deal, dude behind him with a white tee and a do-rag on. And he like, wait, that was 32? You said you played it twice? Dude like, yeah. He said, ding.
That's random.
That is random.
Yo, but he brought me back. I'm like, yo, that's the sound effect.
That is the sound effect.
But what it was is that, okay, you know, even though they probably did, you know, play in the streets, had their gangster side, I mean, behind closed doors, you still was that, like, inner nerd.
Yeah.
You still play with this. Now, you ain't let your partners know about it. They wasn't about it. That was still a secret. But now it ain't no more secrets no more. You can just go ahead and just be who you want to be. If you like video games, if you like fucking anime, if you like all this. Now it's at the forefront.
Right. Everything's at the forefront.
Everything's at the forefront. To the point that now you have people who didn't even mess with it. Now they're trying to get into the field. I.e. me with anime. I didn't mess with anime, but now I know anime is so big.
Oh yeah,
that's
trending.
And
I'm so out of the loop. I'm so out of the loop that I started Naruto from the first episode.
That shit go hard, huh?
Yeah, it go hard, but then people start telling me like, you started well? You like, you know how many episodes they got?
Yeah.
They do got a lot, but you can skip a lot of them though.
Yeah.
I don't skip none of that.
But I'm
filler
episodes. Even the filler episodes when they just going on a little, just random little quest, and it ain't even about Sasuke or anything. That's his name?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Sasuke the black
hazy. And my little snake nigga, whatever his name
Orochimaru.
And he just doing random little missions and stuff. I'm enjoying that. Like, I'm all into that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, some people like the filler.
Yeah, I'm like,
you know what those people used to
in,
be embarrassed about, bro, that I find funny? Like, you couldn't go to school and tell your friends you couldn't watch like MTV or some shit like that. It was always you had to say you watched BET. Because
that was the cool shit.
Because when you go to, if you say MTV, they're gonna think you corny because that's when what them shows used to be on
TRL,
Next,
Jersey
Show,
Rum Raiders,
Rum Raiders,
Pimp
My Ride,
Ride with
So
Exhibit.
and now I feel what you're saying though, because it's like if you say, okay, now I didn't watch it, I couldn't watch it, but you pretty much saying, okay, you didn't stay up late, that means you're not cool. Key example like BET Uncut. Like shit like that. But I feel what you're saying because they pretty much base you off that conversation. Like, okay, if you can't be down with the conversation, then you're not cool. Right. So I feel what you're saying. Like man,
just in school, you had to be on a certain topic of what they on. Like when R. Kelly came out, Trapped in the Closet. If you wasn't on it, if you didn't know it, you couldn't be a part of the crowd for that.
Right, we didn't know Chuck,
And it was crazy because when that shit came out, I mean, we all teenagers. I vividly remember. Here's the funny thing about it. I had to be like 15 when the first Trapped in the Closet came out. Now, I'm 15 years old. Let's just talk about that. I'm 15 years old. So right now at that age, I'm still in the video game and I'm getting into rapping and shit like that. So that's my thing. Trapped in a Closet was a hip hopper drama, whatever you want to call it. But it still seemed like it should have been catered to the older people. But we all were 15, and I vividly remember they announced on BET, okay, it comes on at this time. The whole block cleared out. To the point that people walking off going like, where y'all going? Oh, we going to watch the Trapped in the Closet about to come out.
Exactly my point.
That's when it was hot.
And they like, oh, it come on today. Like, boom, we all dart inside. It was crazy. And it was a phenomenon. It was like really a phenomenon when he dropped the shit, man.
It was.
It was. It
the
really
whole
was.
time everybody singing this shit, you still got people that'll post it and then laugh about the shit.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Make videos about it.
Especially when that whole trial with him went on, boy. Everybody was posting that shit.
And here's the thing about him, because that shows his genius. Now, to dive into that one a little bit more. No,
I gotta bring something up.
Bring it up, come on.
The most funniest thing to me was the Bill Cosby thing.
Bill Cosby,
But let me tell you,
this man,
let me tell you why, dog. The memes they made off that boy.
Crucial. I wish we could post them up right now. Oh my god.
Meme, bro, when that boy was walking, I'm gonna give it to the camera. Hold on, I'm gonna let the camera see what's doing. That boy was walking, that boy
hit you with
that meme. I was like,
he just had the misfortune of getting in trouble or whatever in this era.
Yeah, it is.
In the video era.
Nah, I'm gonna tell you what it was, man. That man was trying to purchase a network, and they
the
brought
NBC
up everything they could to bury this man.
Yeah, they did.
It's real deep. With him, it's really deep because at the end of the day, black men, when they get to a certain amount of power, I believe in all these Illuminatis. I believe in all these backroom, meetings and shit like that. I believe in that shit, son. I really do. I call me conspiracy now, but I believe in it. Because when you look at, and it's been going since the 60s, since the 50s. When a black man gets to a certain level of power, something always happens to him. Malcolm X, he was about to put the world together. They killed him.
MLK too.
Well, I'm going to say MLK. MLK was pretty much trying to unify, pretty much white blacks, and pretty much let it be like it's love. It's not about colors. He get killed. Malcolm X started getting people more riled up on it's time for us to take back our land that we were born on, and this, that, and the third, and it's time to fight back our oppressors. He gets smashed. And even though they said, he got killed by his own people, which is the Nation of Islam, who's to say they wasn't working in conjunction with the so-called, FBI, what is that, and third. And Huey P. Newton, here another one, Fred Hampton, that movie, man, I told you to watch, Black Messiah.
Yeah, I seen that. That bit was hard.
On, man, that shit was real. That shit
Black Messiah,
was so good. It's a story about Fred Hampton and his assassination, and the black man that they used. The FBI used him to infiltrate his whole infrastructure, his whole Black Panther Party.
They basically took a black man, made him go betray his black people.
His own people.
And it's pretty much a story about that in Fred Hampton, but I mean, he's more of the main character because you see him go from not realizing when he first got approached, he was a car thief, a petty car thief. That was his thing. And his whole game was that he used to go with a fake FBI badge or a fake police badge, go into a bar, flash the badge, then put the dude who have the best car up on the wall, take his keys and leave with his car.
That's crazy.
He had a whole scheme.
Wow.
It backfired on him because he finally got popped. FBI jumped in and said, look, you facing this 20 some odd years or whatever. unless you work with us. We want you to infiltrate the Black Panther Party, give us all the information on Fred Hampton.
But
and
dog,
that's
the
crazy.
It's real life though. That's crazy.
Real, like, not only is it real life, but just think about, like, really think about the fact that they was able to get this man to do that.
Right, get him to do that.
He really did it, bro.
That's light work because
he really
they
did do it.
That's the whole thing about turning informant. They know how to turn people informant. They find a weak link. So any organization, whether it's criminal, whether it's business power, if they're doing anything nefarious or anything illegal, they're gonna start hunting. One of their first objectives is to start hunting for the weak link in the chain.
Yeah.
Because if I can get to him, then I can start to twist and turn that link till it pops.
Right.
You pop the weak link, the whole chain fall apart.
Yeah,
that's what they did. And he wasn't even in the organization. They just seen an opportunity.
Right.
Okay, if you do this, boom, boom. And dude, you don't want to go to jail.
Nah, you don't.
That's the thing about it. So it's like, okay, it's a selfish move for you because you realize, okay, I don't want to spend 20-something years in jail. Right. So I'm going to do what I got to do to get out of the situation. Now, the problem that he started having internal problems because he started getting closer to, Hampton and the people and really starting to believe in the message.
Yeah. Not only that, man, he basically played a double agent. He fell in love with what he was doing and he didn't want to stop doing it. But then he was at a stand because the officer was cold-blooded. He was like, you gonna do it or we gonna do this for you? Because at this point you didn't already.
So he was gaslighting him the whole time, basically.
Oh yeah.
Well, yeah. So he basically, they're like, man, you go from. I'm gonna just basically say, we gonna snitch on you to your own party now. Because at that point, they don't even gotta threaten to kill you no more because fucking over your own people is gonna be even worse to you.
Key example. Right. There was a situation when the Black Panther Party found a snitch or informant. And they burned him, beat him, drowned him.
Yeah, son, they burned him, beat him, and drowned him. How you burned and drowned somebody?
When he heard that, then now there is no way out. Now you in it. There is no way out because if you decide to turn your back on FBI, they're gonna leak information that you're the mole, and if the party gonna take care of you. If you turn your back on the party, I forgot what I was about to say. I went blank. But you know what I'm trying to say? Yeah. You know what I'm trying to say?
That's
it's the
wild
same scenario.
Though. That's
either
wild.
You go to jail for a long time or they gonna kill you.
Then
it came to the point that either they gonna kill you or we gonna kill you.
Right.
So it was a double-edged sword. So
it was a double.
Wherever he goes, it's
and
a
he
hell.
just picked his best option.
Right.
The FBI agent pretty much was kind of playing a friend at first.
Exactly.
Until he finally told him, no, I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that part. Then you hit him with the steel face like you have no choice.
Right.
You think you have a choice in this?
And that's when it became an issue.
Right.
You feel me? Like either you gonna do this or it's your ass.
But I mean, that's still life today, man. That's how they handle life today.
Right. That is still how they handle life
but
today.
But it pretty much comes back to like I said, when a black man gets to a certain level, back to Bill Cosby, when you get to a certain level of success and a level of pretty much empowering your people, then for some reason something comes up. Now this is something that Bill been doing way back in the 70s. Now let's backtrack because I don't want nobody to think that we're advocates. What I'm looking. I know you did the dip, I see that. But look, I don't want nobody to think that we are, thumbs up in what Bill did because
you heard me, keep doing
that's wrong. I'm not doing it, but that's wrong. What he did was wrong.
Yeah,
don't get me wrong. What he did was wrong. Okay, let's get that out the way so nobody think we thinking otherwise.
I'm just still laughing at the memes.
It's funny, but
he did that shit hilarious.
He did it in the 70s. His charges came up 30 or 40
years
later.
But my thing is, okay, why is something like that coming up 40 years later all of a sudden though? After he
and then they picked
like you say, his name coming big.
It ain't the fact that it came up; it's the fact they picked it up.
They picked
it into something.
That's because he was getting too powerful. Like you said, there is rumors that he was supposed to be buying like
NBC,
one of the, if not the biggest networks that's been around for
hell
like 50
to the yes.
years. They never gonna let a black man own that. But
no,
money talks, bullshit walks. Key example: Michael Jackson owns so much, but I feel as though if Michael Jackson was still black Michael Jackson, he wouldn't been able to get his hands on all that shit.
Oh yeah.
So he knew, but Mike was smart. He was a businessman.
He was a businessman.
He bought catalogs. He bought Sony's catalog.
That's why he stayed so rich.
He was getting paid off of like Beyonce, Mariah Carey and shit. To just whatever you do, a percentage come to me because I own that catalog.
Own that stuff.
But like when I think about it, he mysteriously got pops.
Yeah.
You feel me?
Right, mysteriously.
Even though physically he was white.
Yeah.
But mentally, he still was black.
He was black. Oh,
he
yeah.
still was black mentally.
He was not that black
Then
mentality.
like when the camera on, he's, thank you everybody for coming, and it's a beautiful day at Neverland. I'm a Mike fan, so I know how to talk like that. I fuck with Mike, you
Hit that
hear me?
bitch again. Hit that bitch for the count.
I just want to thank everybody for coming. Everybody's beautiful. It's so beautiful.
Oh, shit.
Because I'm a Mike fan. But then they got recordings of Mike on the phone. You know, like, so how you going on, Mike? Yeah, you know, I'm just chilling. It's a normal voice.
Yeah, normal voice.
He's putting on that facade because he knows if I really want to get into this, if I really want to get into this, you know, entertainment world and be a powerhouse, you gotta play the game. You feel me? But the whole thing, like Bill, 40 years later it comes up. They just needed something because he was getting too powerful. He was
getting too strong. We're getting way too strong.
Now,
my dude.
And the thing about it is, this day and age, the whole cancel culture, any negatory thing was going to trump everything positive that you ever did in your career.
Right.
So all they want to talk about is Bill drugging bitches, Bill raping bitches.
Yeah, that's cool. So I ain't
but
cap.
for years, they didn't want to talk about Bill putting hundreds, if not thousands, of black kids through college for paying their tuition.
They're going to talk about that.
They're not talking about the positive image.
Ain't worrying about none of
if
that,
not, probably the first real positive image of black people on sitcoms at the time.
Wasn't he like one of the first black men to ever get on a black show? Was it him?
No. He wasn't one of the first. He was the first one to pretty much. I think he was the first one to have a positive, image of a black family, because we had plenty black shows before that. Good Times, the Jeffersons, and all the different shows.
Yeah,
but Good Times' popularity came for the fact that they were in the ghetto. They were in the projects.
Yeah, they was in the projects.
And they were just trying to survive. But when you go back, because I'm a Good Times fan, when you go back and look at the whole spectrum of the show, every opportunity they had to get out of the situation, they turned it down. So then you start to think like, okay, well, why would you want to put this out? You making it seem like you want me to stay in the project as long as I'm happy. Because that was their whole outlook. They had episodes where the daddy came home with money and job offers, or they have a cousin that came and he had Richie's offering them $10,000. I'm going to buy y'all a house. I'm going to move y'all out here. And then they find out, well, he got it through gambling. I don't want your money for gambling.
That's crazy.
Baby, I got $10,000 right here in my hand.
Right.
I got a house you can move to like today. And you don't want it because I won this from
lot,
gambling. You don't want it? We don't want that money here. So it was just a crazy imagery.
Right.
Bill was the first one to come out and say, okay, this is my show. I play a doctor.
Yeah.
A black doctor. My wife is a lawyer.
Yeah.
My kids are in college. My kids are in high school.
That's a powerful narrative for black people.
It was a crazy positive narrative for black people. And what came from that? Fresh Prince came out after that too.
Yeah.
The dad is a judge.
Yeah.
Rich as a motherfucker.
He's rich as fuck, boy.
And all that
big old mansion.
Yeah, it started unfolding, and he started. So Bill was the one that kind of lit that spark.
Yeah, right. Somebody always gotta light that foundation, man.
Yeah,
to start something. Always.
Now you got you. Bill was the one that lit that spark.
Bill lit it, bro. That's
so
dope.
When he got to a certain level, they had to take him down. That's Bill.
That's wild.
R. Kelly did that shit.
Yeah, oh yeah,
that
boy was
no doubt.
That boy should have been went under the jail.
I
ain't gassing.
R. Kelly been guilty.
I ain't hating it. Oh, that boy should have been went under that damn jail cell.
R. Kelly been guilty since the 90s when he was messing with Aaliyah.
Yeah, definitely.
Because Aaliyah was like what, 16 at that time?
16. She was like 14 or 15.
14. Damn.
Now, looking at her videos when she did like back and forth, you would never understand that she was 14 or 15. But that's when we were in a larger generation.
Yeah.
Your 15-year-olds look like grown people.
Right.
Because she looked grown. But on paper, birth certificate, the girl was number like 14, 15.
He kind of like how it is nowadays.
He was like 26, 27. He married her. He married her.
That threw me off when I read that article about that.
Documented.
It is. Because when I read that article about that, I was like, this can't be real. R. Kelly really married a whole 16-year-old Aaliyah? No way.
My son, he got in the room and he told that lady he's sick of this shit.
Yeah.
They turned that into a movie, you hear me? He was getting interviewed, that boy was sitting there sweating.
Yo, killing me with
yeah. That one.
But at the end of the day, he did that shit.
Oh yeah, without a doubt.
It wasn't so much him getting too powerful
and
then getting torn down. He just did the shit, and they just started talking about it, and that got him. But that's the crazy thing because We're the only ones talking about him now. Nobody's talking about him. He's in there, and he's probably going to get out. Because guess what? Bill is out of jail.
Oh, he is?
Yeah, he's been out of jail.
I did not know
Exactly, because nobody talking about it. The witch hunt came with the knives and the torches. They got who they wanted. Bill must have said that for maybe like a year, if that much.
I knew that was going to
happen.
happen. I knew that was going to happen.
They let him out because, for one, he was an old ass man. He was like 90 something.
Yeah,
it was like
knocking on death's door a little bit.
Yeah, he knocking on death's door. And for two, whenever you have a celebrity status and you want, it was a witch hunt. You know, you have the Me Too movement, which I support all those movements, the Me Too and everything, and they was out for blood because what he did was wrong. They wanted justice. At the end of the day, somebody has to be held accountable for that situation.
Yeah.
So, Bill, if you're the prime suspect, you did this, you have to lay down. It's like some mafia shit. Mafia tell you, look, take this L, lay down for 2 years. Let it blow over, then come back. That's exactly what happened to Bill. They laid him down for maybe a year. Everybody forgot about it. He came right out, and that's it.
Right.
Nobody talked about it.
He didn't make a fuss about it.
He didn't really make a fuss.
I'm pretty sure his lawyer told him, okay, at the end of the day, you gotta go lay down for a year, but you won.
Right.
Like, believe it or not, you won. Because all these charges, you should have been here for 1,000 years.
Yeah.
You won. Lay down for a year. They're gonna take care of you, and you're gonna just ease your way on out the door.
Right.
R. Kelly, the reason he's not out of jail, but he's gonna get out of jail, is because yes, he's guilty. Yes, he did it.
Definitely guilty.
But in order to have a really good court case, you gotta have hard evidence or witnesses. All of the girls he so-called did this to, none of them getting on the stand. None of them pressing charges.
What?
That's crazy.
So now they just let them sit to try to build something because you know he did it.
Right.
Like we know he did it, but we just need something.
But that's kind of low down how they doing it like
that's
that.
That's what they do. If they don't have nothing on you, they're gonna just try to let you sit until
especially you got a celebrity status too, like that. Yeah.
Or at least until it blow over and they can ease you out the door before it happens. But they got organizations fighting to get this man out of jail.
Yeah.
Not to say he's innocent because he did it.
Right.
He's completely guilty.
He definitely did it.
He did it. But the crazy thing about it is, and I'm sad to say it, I still listen to the nigga music.
I know people was like, don't listen to his music no more. But I'm like, if you're already listening to it already, what's the point of just stopping?
Me personally, I was never really an R. Kelly fan. That's why I never really listened.
I just like some of his hits, but I'm not a huge fan.
Producer, writer style, like writing wise,
yeah.
Dude is like pretty much top 10 of all time.
Right.
I mean, he up there with Smokey Robinson, Babyface, Jimmy John, Terry Lewis, like all these great writers and music producers over the years.
I want to get more into that, like learning about these top writers and producers.
Yeah, bro, I'm trying to be one of them.
That's my realm.
I'm trying to be one of them boys.
Shit, you gonna be one of them? Shit.
Nah, I mean, that's the realm I'm in because, man, it's just amazing. When you think of all these amazing songs that we had, timeless music that we had over the years, man, most of the time it doesn't come from the artist.
Yeah.
They just
somebody
sing
and writing shit.
Yeah, and they do writing and they put it together. But my whole thing is the creativity side of things.
Yeah.
Like with the podcast, like with your writing scripts and movie things and everything. It's the fact of making something from nothing.
Yeah.
I mean, no, I look at it. I just wrote a mini script on this, as a matter of fact. I'm glad you brought that up. I look at creative things we do, like the drawing, the fucking music, the movies. Like, if you're in that creative world, period, I feel like that's necessarily freedom. That's what I call it. I just did a script called Freedom, and it's basically about a city of people that got all that creativeness banned. Like, it's no longer a thing.
That's crazy.
The mayor's shutting that shit down, right? Mm-hmm. So you got these people who going against that. I didn't really name them. I called them something like the Freedom Creators. You dig?
It's not copywritten. Let's.
Let me shut up.
No, yeah, because when you're going, I'm feeling it. So,
yeah.
That's all we gonna give y'all.
Let me
because that's the whole thing. Like, hey, be cool.
Be cool.
Like 2 weeks from now, nigga be like, brand new show, freedom.
Yeah,
like, freedom.
Yeah.
So let's be cool.
Man, give me the whole picture.
But I feel what you're saying though, like that whole creative realm, man. Like,
yeah, it's basically it's what they don't want us to be doing. That's what I feel like. I feel like what we do, it's not really something like you can, like they've made ways for us to get rich off it, which is why they got record deals. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But it ain't nothing you can necessarily really went to school for and immediately got like
Hell no, because a lot of people still kind of struggling. Because I mean, look at Dwayne Johnson. He just became a billionaire like yesterday, right? They just talk about that. And that boy, he started off with what is his single mom, poor, living with his single mom.
But that's my point. Like that's
carried his talents.
Talent, bro. Talent is, they don't like it, bro.
They don't.
Now he's one of my people I do admire.
Wait, who?
Like The Rock.
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah, of course. Yeah, big.
Because right now his show is on. I gotta go home and watch the episode. I don't know if it came out yet, but Young Rock.
Yeah, I ain't seen it.
I want to watch that.
It's so good. It's even more better because I'm a diehard wrestling fan.
Yeah.
So he brings you to that realm of like his life because he grew up in the wrestling world.
Right. Yeah, because his dad was a wrestler.
Yeah, his dad was a top wrestler.
Rocky Johnson, Soul Man Rocky Johnson.
His
So
dad definitely
he
was.
grew up, and his dad grew up. I mean, he grew up in the 70s and the 80s when his dad was like, they had territories. It wasn't just WWF and WCW. You had like hundreds of different wrestling promotions all over the country.
Yeah.
So as a wrestler, you never just wrestle for one. You always bounced around.
Right.
So that's his story about moving from Hawaii and then going to Philadelphia and then moving to like I believe he was in Tennessee or something like that because his dad always took wrestling gigs. So he moved around a lot. So he's telling his story from there and how he got into wrestling and then eventually I got into acting and all that shit.
Right, but see, it's designed like well, now I feel like it's getting better because now you got writing schools, you got film schools
you got a lot more film schools
and they set you up for success.
But
But like not too long ago, it was like you didn't have a dream to become this because it wasn't this.
It wasn't.
You know what I'm saying?
And
it wasn't the same.
You didn't think it was achievable. Key example, growing up, like I watched the Kanye West documentary.
That was good.
I heard that shit.
That's amazing. Literally after it went off, I started making beats. Like the inspiration took over.
It made me respect Kanye a lot more. And honestly, the shit that he be doing right now don't even faze me about him. Change my mental.
At the end of the day, that man is not crazy.
He is not crazy. He a damn good father too.
Whenever you start making sense and speaking real shit, people gonna think you crazy because you shouldn't be talking like this.
This is my favorite thing about the whole situation. It ain't the fact they ain't trying to hear it. They not hearing it. If that makes sense.
Yes, I
they
know.
go completely over their head. Like Kanye West said some shit. Like I understand he do be talking too big for certain situations. He make it bigger than what it is.
Right.
But at the end of the day, if you read between the lines of what he's saying, you'll understand he's spitting knowledge. But it's baffling as well because he's kind of coding it for you to understand if you really dialect what I'm saying. But I gotta put some shit in front of it and behind it so the big media won't take it a certain way. But if you know me, if you know my logic, you're going to understand. I'm giving y'all the game, but in code.
It's not what he's saying, it's how he's saying it.
Yeah.
He's so passionate about what he believes in.
Yeah.
His passion pours out.
Right.
And a lot of people don't read into that though, when they listen to him and stuff.
Yeah.
They just think that he's just talking a bunch of nonsense and bullshit.
Because as he's projecting and showing his passion, then of course if you trust the media, then you already lost.
Yeah.
Because if he says, let's just say for instance, if he's talking about, as a people, we have to get, we have to do better for ourselves.
Yeah.
And he might say one crazy thing, like 10 words in.
Yeah.
The media's going to highlight the crazy thing.
And
put it up.
Yeah, exactly.
Kanye West believes in aliens.
Right.
But when you hear the whole interview, he might have said, people think I believe in aliens.
Yeah.
Like Kanye West says he believes in aliens. So you can't trust him. But he's a passionate dude. He believes
very
everything
passionate.
He's saying. So if you telling somebody something, it's not what you're saying, it's how you're saying.
Yeah.
If I'm sitting there, we talking about fucking Pokemon or whatever.
Right.
And I'm telling you, bro, Pikachu is the baddest motherfucker in the world. Nobody can ever mess with Pikachu.
Ultimate level Pikachu.
So you gonna think I'm crazy.
Yeah.
But if I calm it down, she's like, but look, if I were to calm it down and just be more mellow, like, bro, Pikachu's a bad motherfucker.
Like just all mellow with it, like
you believe it.
Right.
Then you start thinking back, well, maybe he is the baddest motherfucker.
I mean,
he's the only one who's not evolved.
I'm about to say
he didn't beat level 3 evolved Pokemon.
This man, he's legendary with tackles.
He's legendary. Because he outsmarts him. But it's just how he's saying it. That's what makes him seem to come out crazy like that, dog. But watching that show, it made me realize, like, he's been producing since the age of 13 years old. Mm-hmm. Now, me at 13, I love music. I want to be a rapper, but above all, I wanted to be a producer because I fell in love with the beat more than everything.
Right.
Manny Fresh was my fucking guru. When I heard Hot Boys and I heard them beats, I'm like, so everybody loved Wayne, Juvenile, Turk, everything, the rap, the lyrics and everything. I was like, man, y'all hear this beat though?
Right.
Like
the beat was like catching you.
Crazy.
Yeah.
So as a 13-year-old, I never was introduced to that world of production.
Yeah.
So I never knew that it was something that you could pretty much do in your bedroom.
Yeah.
I thought all of this stuff was done in big million-dollar studios.
Yeah. You didn't think
but
in
like
a room.
I said,
That's how Dre and them did it. You know?
Like Dre and them did it, but I didn't have the knowledge. Goes back to what you said about writing things and people going to school now because I don't think back then they believed it was too far out of reach.
Yeah, everything was too far. Like you was really like, damn, how can I do this and didn't know a motherfucking thing on how to do it? You be lost like a motherfucker.
Yeah,
like
if you don't know it, you ain't gonna try to pursue it.
Yeah, you don't feel like it's out of your league. You feel like it's way over there, but it's really right there.
It's right there,
and then you like.
Yeah.
You're like, that's a writing school.
That's a writing school. I look on both sides.
But you don't know it till you explore it. So I feel that part. Like, man, you never know, man.
Sure, like where that bitch
never know. Where that bitch at? Look at both shoulders.
Yeah, you're like, what that bitch
Oh shit!
That creative shit, man. Like, yeah, for those creative people out there, man, I applaud you because, like, my God, man, like that writing thing. Now, when you first got into school, bro, and you was telling me like, I'm going to school for writing and shit like that. You was taking your writing more seriously and shit like that. I never thought of even considering script writing or anything like that.
Yeah.
Until I realized that. It's literally on the same level of songwriting.
Right.
It's imagination. It's
That's
about
all it
opening your mind and starting to, paint a picture with words.
Right.
And when you look at some of these movies and some of these worlds that they build for like shows and shit like that, the Avatar stories, the Harry Potter stories.
Those are all good.
But look, let me blow y'all mind real quick. Did y'all know a lot of these stories, fictional or not, it be based off like real life trauma? Did y'all know that?
Yeah.
I believe that.
Yeah.
Every
I read
story,
something like that.
Every story in the industry is based off of something that happened to somebody in their lifetime, and they just flipped it, spent it,
manifested in a way,
pitched it.
That's
how it come out, like all the greatest shit. So think about these movies, you know what I'm saying? Like that's y'all favorite movies, and it be based off like.
I feel like that last horror movie we watched with those little critters coming from the dark.
Yeah.
I feel like somebody must have had like some type of trauma with that or something and created into their own movie.
That's all it is.
Yeah, the phobias and stuff.
The phobias.
Horror.
But not it be phobias. It be like shit you scared of.
Yeah.
What happened to you as a child?
Mm-hmm.
What was your emotions that really fucked with you? Like you probably remember something in your past that happened that you didn't agree with or felt about. You gonna remember that bitch, even if it's the last memory you remember. You gonna remember something that happened in your past.
Right.
Yeah.
And those be the things people turn into movies.
Yeah, that'd be the best because if you lived it, you have the emotional connection.
Right.
So that makes a lot more sense, And I mean, just dreams alone. Like I remember, when we was doing the film shit, and I used to have dreams. I still have them on my phone.
Yeah.
I would get up.
You'll get up and write
literally,
your dream.
with most people, when you dream, you have about maybe a minute after you wake up before it fades away.
Yeah.
The memory is lost. So I used to get up and go straight to my phone and start writing shit down.
But see, some people got real good memory real good memory to remember their dreams.
Yeah, they get stuck with them.
Yeah, you get stuck with it, and then you'll be talking about that bitch for like a day or two. Like, I be having crazy dreams, like.
Bro, I still remember a lot of my dreams I had, especially
like I remember like falling off a cliff. Like you ever fell off a cliff in your dream?
Everybody
woke up
dream.
You remember that shit for like 2 days straight.
Everybody
You'll make sure you lay in the center of the bed.
Oh my God, bro! You wake up and then like the room is spinning from you thinking you falling in your dream, and like you wake up to the room kind of spinning like you is falling on some shit because it's crazy how your brain projects while you're asleep. You know what I'm saying?
It's amazing. It's crazy. Like the whole subconscious thing. I be watching videos and shit on it, man. It's like because there's a saying that every face you see in your subconscious is somebody you've seen in life.
Yeah. Or you're going to see.
Yeah, because your subconscious cannot project the person that your mind has never seen before.
Yeah.
So like just the brain You know, it's just an amazing thing.
Yeah,
it's fucking crazy.
I feel like the brain is at its
strongest
strongest while you're asleep.
It
too.
is.
At its strongest.
You know, it's pretty much building worlds in your sleep. That's like the whole lucid dream shit.
Yeah.
There's people documented people that has known how to become lucid dreamers. They say there's one lady, or it could have been a man, said they lived a lucid dream. Literally, they lived about 30, 40 years.
Damn.
In that world, they created that lucid world.
Yeah.
Only to wake up to realize they only been asleep for a night.
That's amazing.
Yeah,
That's crazy. But that's my fucking movie, Leonardo DiCaprio.
Oh shit! I know a movie. It's not Deception. Is it?
No, it ain't. Inception.
Yeah, Inception. I was right on the money. I said.
Did I watch Inception? I don't think I watched it, bros.
I tried to get you to watch it.
It's basically they built this
did.
machine to where you can lucid dream and build worlds and shit, and they use it to implant ideas into people's brains.
Yeah.
Oh my god! Wait, y'all ever heard of this horror game called Evil Within?
I did. It sounds very familiar.
It's kind of like
didn't
that.
You tell me about that already?
I think I did.
Yeah, I think you did. I know.
It's like a horror game, but it's like they have this system to where like they got people laying down, and it's like this thing that comes over your head. It's like projecting another world.
Yeah.
It's like a different world, but it's like in this world, it's like different creatures manifested by a guy who has his world manifested, projecting to his head. But he's able to have you into that world as like a nightmare. You're facing like a different type of nightmare horrors and stuff. It's like a chick with like 8 arms, or like a grudge chick or some shit. You know what I'm saying? It's crazy. It's nuts. It's definitely a horror psychological game that I think I should check out. It's real psychological, and it's kind of like that. How you was talking about the different world. It's really like that.
No, I ain't checking it out. I don't fuck with horror games.
Bro, I just had a funny conversation at work today. Speaking of horror games, they was watching The Conjuring.
At work?
At work. So I'm like, we just chatting it up. And they looking out like, you know, like they ain't never seen shit before. And I decided to ask them what would they do if they was in that situation. And I don't want to make this shit sound funny, but why it only be the white boys who want to stay and watch?
They want to stay and watch.
Yeah, I understand some people.
As ironic as that sounds, but
always the goofy niggas who want to stand there and watch. Like, I told homie said, Los, what you gonna do? I said, let me tell you something, brother. That bitch head start spinning. I'm out of there, fam.
Dudes.
What you mean?
Man, that hoe go to doing a 360 with her neck, turn around, start smiling at you, chasing you and shit like that. Man,
bro, the first thing that's gonna happen is her head gonna spin. Soon as that happens, your boy out the fucking door. You heard me?
Out the door?
Your boy out the door.
Something for that bitch even finished spinning.
When you look at all
and
these...
then they bust out laughing.
So they ain't funny. So they gonna sit down laughing at
they don't get it. When you look at all these ghost hunter shows and everything,
oh my god,
lead people. No offense, white people. Y'all like paranormal and evil.
Y'all
shit.
do.
I love it too.
They go into this shit.
Listen, I love it too, bro. But we love it from a distance.
Far distance.
Yeah, like
bro, they want to go take
like,
cameras and go to the abandoned asylum to go see spirits.
Man, come on.
I don't give a fuck, my nigga. Your head spin out of the radius what it's supposed to spin.
You start
my
floating.
nigga, I'm gone. Your head shouldn't be doing that.
Man, what? You start smiling at me, coming at me, I'm gone.
Your fucking fingers should not just randomly bend back on it.
Back like that, right?
I'm not fucking with that, man.
I don't even think I'm gonna make it to the point that the motherfucking head spinning. Remember my nigga from Haunted House, Reverend Doug? Call me Doug, nigga. Yeah. What that boy said when he opened the door? Hey man, you wanna go in there? That bitch don't look right. I'm not going there. Like you wanna go in there? That bitch don't look right. Nah, so man, I'm not doing that. No, son.
Then they thought this shit was funny. I'm like, so what the fuck y'all gonna do? You hear me?
Right.
Oh, one dude, I'ma stand there and watch me. I'ma stand there and watch. The fuck you gonna stand there and watch for?
So the bitch can come after you?
Yeah, like, get up and start sliding to you.
Right, that's on to you like that. Right, start doing all this and shit. They sitting there laughing at this.
This bitch start sliding. Hit the bull off with that. Get the fuck out. What you mean? I'm getting the fuck out. Listen, dude, I don't play with none of that. None of that. None of that coming my way.
Oh my god.
Spirits, goblins, ghouls, leprechauns. I don't play with none of that.
Oh
at
my
all.
God, though.
If we chilling in a picture fall, and it can literally be the wind knocking over. Nigga gonna question like, son, that picture really fell.
It really felt
Like,
right.
what's going on in your house?
Right,
Like,
right.
yeah,
Oh, they know. It's just the vibration.
Ain't no vibration.
You know?
You got something in here.
You got something in here.
Right, like,
Right,
I never understand that, though. I never understand
fucking
how
spirits
you
in this
gonna
house.
not question what the fuck just happened.
Son, the fucking light just go around and go swinging back and forth.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Looking up, man, what the fuck going on with your ass? Why is this
Like I
swinging?
said, we like it from a distance. If
Yeah,
you
I'm
watch it
not,
on
man,
TV,
no,
we like
son.
to see shows about it. Right now, was watching Stranger Things. Greatest, I love that damn.
Oh yeah,
show,
the new
man,
season
in the
just
world.
came out.
Yeah, they split
Y'all
it.
definitely need to check that
It
out.
pissed me off. They split it, so now I gotta wait till July for the rest of the season.
You know how
and
they
shit
do
like
it.
That, dude.
Right.
But yeah.
But look, man, on that same topic, dude, what I did want to bring up, Johnny Depp won his case.
Oh yeah, shouts
Johnny
out to
Depp.
Johnny.
Shout out to
Johnny
Johnny
Depp.
Depp, he did.
Fellas,
This is a win for the men.
We got one.
This is a win for the men.
we got one. Like I said it before on a previous episode. It sucks because you're really seeing two people that loved each other implode.
They really did love each other.
in the public's eye. But the only thumbs up I can get from it is that from years of men just being thrashed and beaten and
Falsely
caught by the
accused,
female
not believed.
persona, not being believed because the female persona always
It's so much
has the
higher.
leniency.
Yeah,
It just kind of feel good to get one for the fellas to the point that
this should open a lot of eyes, man.
this is
And that been like,
yeah,
you
know,
know,
they're
that's
like,
good.
You
Son,
feel
my boy Johnny was in UK playing the guitar while that verdict was going on. He was like, I ain't even worried.
because he knew he had it in the bag.
He knew he had it in the
He
bag.
knew he had it in the bag.
That bitch,
The
you
whole
know, he
jury
like,
was yes
he was
against
like,
Amber.
you heard me? He was like, you heard me?
Yeah,
on
like-
camera.
Like, look, not good to tell Wait. Oh, that's Amber Heard. Oh, bye. Jury, thank you.
But at the end of the day, man, you know, it sucks they went through it, but thumbs up for
Johnny Depp, man. Good
Johnny,
shit.
man.
Good shit.
But
Good credit on protecting image, and he actually fought for that to be public, just so he can know what was going on behind the scenes to protect.
if
his
anything
image.
you can pull from this case is that this whole situation is that this man is really one of the top actors of
And
all
he's
time.
loved by so many people.
He is one of the top actors of all time. I seen a
Somebody
video.
put on Facebook, Disney better apologize. I thought that was the funniest
No, Disney
thing
do
ever.
because they just went off the accusation.
Yeah.
Honestly, that's all they did.
Yeah, nah, the accusation of him cocaine or whatever.
Yeah,
At the end of the day, he doesn't need Disney anymore.
No, he don't.
Captain Jack
He rich.
Sparrow is now a part of our lives.
Yeah,
yeah.
So you can
50
never
mil, too.
recast that role. It's one of when you play a role that good, no matter who you bring into the fold, you can never recast that role. I.e., Jim Carrey when he played the Mask, you can't recast that role.
Same with Robotnik and him.
Robin Williams when he played the Genie, you cannot recast
my
that role.
God,
They tried it
nah.
with Will Smith.
Nah.
You
I
cannot
don't know,
recast
boy.
that
I
I
don't
role.
think
what
I've
they do.
seen that one.
Aladdin, the original cartoon
Oh,
version.
yeah.
That's Robin Williams doing the voice. You can't recast that role.
Yeah,
Al Pacino playing Scarface.
oh no, that's
Who the
it.
hell gonna play
That's it.
Scarface?
Nah,
better?
nobody ain't
that's
gonna know.
it.
Nobody.
Ain't don't no, they don't even
Nah,
need to remake
you're
it.
not
on
gonna
the
find
mark.
another Italian like that, my guy.
Cannot do it. You can try to do the prequel to when he was younger. Nobody's gonna care because
Right.
that he cemented that role to the point that for years they called the man Scarface. Yo, what up, Scarface?
Yeah. Scarface.
My name is Al Pacino, not Scarface. And he had to live with that his whole life.
Pacino.
You can't recast that role, and Johnny Depp got that role to where you can never, I don't give a fuck.
Take
who
that
you
away
give
from
it.
him.
You can't take it away from him. Like he said, he pretty much built that character
Built
from the
that
ground up. They
character,
gave
yeah.
him a skeleton of a character, and he put a lot of his mannerisms to it, his words.
Oh, yeah,
and
his
he
whole
built
persona,
it,
his whole spirit, yeah.
He built that.
He loved that character. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, like he said, so he doesn't have to go back. If they call him like, we're sorry, we're gonna get you 100. I don't need y'all.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Johnny
that's
said he done. He
I'm
ain't.
done. Like that's
He
a
done.
part of my life that chapter's closed.
Right.
I played that fucking role 6 times,
Right.
and I pretty much
I'm
knocked
happy
out
with
the-
it.
I knocked out the park every single time.
Right.
I
And was it
made
like a
y'all-
3-hour movie too?
Yeah,
I damn
2
near
hours,
made
3
y'all
hour
billions. I know
Yeah.
I made y'all millions upon millions from the movie.
Right.
Especially being
Because at
featured
the
on
end of the
Kingdom
day-
Hearts in 2 installments.
Come on, at the end of the day, when you watch the Pirates movie, you're not worrying about nobody else. I don't even know the other actor's name in that bitch.
Right, you really
You
don't.
come
I
to
don't
see
even
Jack
care for the movie.
Sparrow.
He the only reason I care about
You
the
watch
Right.
Jack
You watch it for
Sparrow.
Johnny Depp. You watch it for Jack Sparrow, right?
Yeah.
That's what you
And
watching.
you
it
become
for.
a fan of what he does. Whatever he does, he can't really go wrong in your eyes. He's one of those actors.
Yeah,
Those actors,
he
you know?
literally made that movie. Though.
Yes.
He literally made that movie. Cause I watched that bitch, and the only person I remember is his character.
Yeah, I mean, I give props to Davy Jones. I mean, the big squid dude.
Oh yeah, we're talking about
And I forget the actor name, but he like a legendary actor. And he pretty much killed that role.
Yeah.
But other than that, Pirates, you think Jack.
Right.
But anyways, man, shout out to Johnny Depp.
Shout out to Johnny
Yeah,
Depp. Congratulations on that win.
And we out.
Yeah, that would
Yeah,
conclude
that was it.
episode 5?
Episode 5, yeah.
Man, we rolling, man.
We rolling.
Get in
Let's
them
keep it
comments,
going.
y'all.
Let's
Dig
keep
in
it
them.
going.
Like, subscribe, comment. You already know what it is.
InEARthoughts
Check out the
Podcast.
description too to the links.
InEARthoughts Podcast, YouTube, InEARthoughts Podcast, TikTok.
Yep.
InEARthoughts
Links in the
You heard me?
description.
Yeah.
Give him that last.
The links in the
Hey,
description.
look, when they be like, man, InEARthoughts Podcast got a new episode coming out, you be like, where is it?
Yeah, we need to make a GIF with that with all three of us doing it.
New episode?
Oh, snap.
Oh,
That's
man.
my cousin. No,
That's gonna be
my
funny.
God.
That's it,
Niggas
man.
gonna talk about that.
All right, y'all. We love y'all. Peace.
Peace out, man. Y'all take a life.